Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about conservation. We're going to see what conservation means, we're going to learn about some conservation strategies, and then we're going to see why conservation is important for mankind. So first of all, we need to understand this term called biodiversity, because what conservation does is it serves to increase biodiversity. Now what biodiversity means is the variety of different living things within a particular place. Now there's lots of actions that people do that actually decrease biodiversity, such as cutting down trees. So we're going to have a look at some different things that actually increase the range of different living things in a particular place. So there are actually a few different techniques that people can do. So the first one is reforestation. Now you've probably heard of deforestation, which is cutting down trees. So all that reforestation means is planting trees. Now what this means is we're providing more habitats for animals to live, and there's more plants as well that can live. So reforestation increases biodiversity. Another particular strategy that people can use is protecting natural habitats. Now what this means is certain places where animals live are protected, and people can't, let's say, poach the animals or cut down the trees within that particular area. This maintains or increases the biodiversity. Number 3 is captive breeding programs. This means in zoos and other places they could actually encourage animals to breed and protect them in order to increase biodiversity, so these animals do not die out. And the fourth one is something called seed banks. Now a seed bank is just a place that stores and distributes the seeds of rare and endangered plants. So again, this will increase the biodiversity. So as you can see, here are different things that people can do that are all conservation strategies. So what is the point of conservation? How is it beneficial for mankind? So there's a little way that I've come up with to help remember it, and that is with this thing here, MCGEF. MCGEF gives us the starting letters of each of these different strategies, because there's 6 kind of ways that we need to know that conservation helps us. So number 1, M, is medicine. Now lots and lots of our medicine actually initially came from plants. So we can actually, in the future, if we don't maintain biodiversity through conservation, then we're potentially missing out on future medicine that we can actually extract from plants. So that's one reason why it's important to maintain biodiversity through conservation. Number 2 are cultural reasons. Now, individual species may be important in a nation or an area's cultural heritage. So for example, in America, now this, apologies in advance for this awful drawing, but in America, the bald eagle is a big part of their cultural heritage. So as a result, that's an angry looking eagle, as a result, it's really important to conserve their the bald eagle population, because it's a part of their culture, and this will be true for different animals, different species around the world. So that's MC. Next up, the J is all about making jobs, creating jobs. So, for example, through reforestation projects, planting trees, this is a conservation project, people can actually have jobs planting all of these trees. So it can actually, through conservation, we can actually create different jobs. And some of those jobs may come in the form of this one here, number 4, which is eco-tourism. Now there is a demand. People are drawn to visit beautiful areas. such as rainforests. So ecotourism can bring in lots of money into an area and create more jobs. And create more jobs of people coming to see and visit, take photographs of particular areas of natural beauty. So again, it's another benefit of conservation. The next one is food webs. Now I'm going to quickly draw a little diagram of a food web. So this is the plant at the beginning, and this just shows the food web like this. So each of these circles just represents a particular species. Okay. Now, if we don't conserve a food web, let's say a particular organism, an animal goes extinct or is wiped out, it basically could have a knock-on effect on the rest of the food web, and it could damage other parts of the food web. So it could have an impact due to the interdependence of all of these different animals. So if we don't have conservation projects, it can massively affect a whole food web. And finally, the last one, the final F on here, is food supply. Now, essentially, overfishing has greatly reduced fish stocks in the world's oceans. So it's really important that we have this element of conservation in order to ensure that future generations will have fish to eat, so we don't overfish. So guys, that basically is what we need to know about conservation. Here are conservation strategies that people can do to increase the biodiversity, the range of different living things within a particular place. And here are the 6 benefits that we need to know about conservation, and MC Jeff can help you to remember them. Thank you.